Hey there, this is Igor. Hope you're doing great today. Welcome to my living room. So, today I want to remind you to not try and convince people through a rational argument. That is the last thing you want to do because rational arguments simply do not sink in. Rational arguments, it's not something that people will agree with because if they do, they sort of feel that they've been convinced against their own will. They People don't like admitting to be wrong actually, and just in general, trying to convince someone with reason and logic is quite unproductive. It just is like try to talk to somebody who believes in God and give them lots of proof that God doesn't exist. It's no use. You won't succeed. I see it every day when Dennis talks to our team member Mike. Mike believes in God and Dennis does not, and there's just a clash. And no matter how much logical evidence Dennis tries to bring up to Mike won't agree with him, and vice versa. Mike will bring up logical or what seems to be logical evidence to Dennis, and he will go on and he will try and look and look and look for evidence that it's wrong. Like they had one conversation about this woman who fell out of an airplane. She wanted to skydive or something, and her parachute did not open up, and so she ended up falling off like a 7 mile height. She just kind of dropped on the floor on some soil or grass or something, and she survived. Not only that, she was pregnant too, and the baby survived. And it's 2 years later now, and they're like happy and healthy. And so Mike, of course, said, "Hey, this is an act of God." I mean, you can't explain this. And so Dennis refused to believe it. He went silent for about 2 weeks, and throughout these 2 weeks, he kind of searched for evidence, and eventually he came up with a theory that scientists have proved that if you go down like this, instead of falling like this, you just go down like this, you can actually survive a fall, and that has been proven scientifically, or there's a scientific theory that proves that, or something. Needless to say, that they did not agree, and neither one kind of left convinced out of this whole scenario. And that kind of goes to show you that if you want to convince somebody, the last thing you want to do is give them a logical argument or what might seem like a logical argument to you. Because whatever seems like a logical argument to you, it doesn't necessarily mean it seems like that to the other person. So what you want to do instead, you want to use a more discrete type of influence, such as, for example, telling stories. Storytelling is a big element of influence, and one of the easiest ways to do it is to just study Hollywood. Like, look at Hollywood. Every single movie in Hollywood, all it does, it just delivers some sort of a message. Like The Matrix. Like, a lot of people believe that The Matrix is about action, but it's not. It actually delivers a message of belief, that you have to believe in yourself, you have to believe that you're like the chosen one, and thus overcome the obstacles which others believe aren't meant to be overcome, or etc. Like, you're basically hacking your own sabotage system, and that's what the movie inspires you to do, in my opinion. So, but that's a metaphor, right, which inspired just millions of people. If Wachowski brothers, I believe it's the directors of the movie, just stepped out and said, "Hey, you can do it. Just believe in yourself, and you can do it," well, people would just not listen to them. There's too many people out there. Like, just get on your Facebook newsfeed. There's everybody out there. All they do is just post motivational bullshit, and it seems like they're doing it for themselves, right? Not even for you, but for themselves. Kind of convince themselves they could do it. But again, the best way to convince somebody is not through a logical argument and not through a head-on like statement, if you will, like, "You're ugly." Like, you can't say to her like, "You're ugly" or "You're beautiful." That just doesn't work. You have to tell a story, or maybe go in some other overt way, because otherwise you're always encountering defense mechanisms that get in the way, and that shit is just no fun. So anyway, hope that helps if you've been struggling with convincing people both in your life and in your business. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.